Today we are going to be talking about the long overdue update that we've had comments on about Algorand and the new upcoming governance protocol. We're going to review the proposal. It's going to be a little long-winded, but if you want to know and educate yourself on what's to come for Algorand and how we can benefit on holding and accumulating more in this crucial time, then this is going to be the video for you, so stay tuned.
Nerdy dude stuff.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Algorand, all that good stuff. I am Oprius, nerdy dude of Nerdy Dude Stuff. Today we're just drinking a White Claw, no beer of the day to talk about. I know if you guys were excited for that, very sorry, but cheers to you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Algorand and the new governance protocols. It might be a little bit of a boring video. We're going to go through the entire 5-page PDF with a little bit of paraphrasing. Just a quick update on the wallet of my Algorand holdings. We currently have 5,431 Algorand. We had the optimizer do a transaction for us yesterday, which cashed in our rewards of 2.5 Algorand. If you guys haven't used the optimizer, really cool platform to check out. We're actually doing some updates to it soon. We're going to be able to calculate what your potential earnings are. And I'm only talking about this now because this is going to be and remain a very vital and crucial tool for Algorand up until this new governance protocol comes through, if this proposal is approved. Again, if you guys like the content, QR code above my head for Algorand or a wallet address in the description for this video. Any and all tips are greatly appreciated. Leave a comment. I'll give you guys a shout out. I know if you're sending Algorand from Coinbase, you can't really leave a comment, but you can leave a comment on the video, and I will definitely give that shout out or read that comment to you. So without further ado, let's jump into the Algorand Decentralization Governance Proposal, and I will link this in the description for the video if you want to go over it yourself. We are going to read through everything, pretty much paraphrase as much as we possibly can just to keep the video at a shorter level, but some really exciting things and some really exciting information I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to try to break it down as simple as I possibly can for those of you that are new in Algorand or new in cryptocurrency. This potentially can be the video for you. So starting in the fourth quarter of 2021, they are going to be looking at switching over the way we can earn and accumulate Algorand rewards. As of right now, the easiest way to earn Algorand rewards is the easiest way to earn rewards in any cryptocurrency, and it's just by holding. There's no lockup period, there's no staking time frame minimum or anything like that. You hold your Algorand, you accumulate rewards immediately. It's called pure proof of stake. And Algorand has a set amount of tokens that they are budgeting towards that reward program, which is going to see some major changes here shortly, and we'll touch base on that momentarily. So without further ado, from the Algorand Foundation, Decentralizing Algorand Governance, the executive summary. The Algorand Foundation believes in a fully decentralized Algorand ecosystem, an ecosystem in which everyone can impact economic, technical, and other policy decisions best enables the Algorand community to shape the shared future of the Algorand network and project, while also preventing any one group from exerting outsized influence. So they really want to make this a huge community effort, and they want to make sure that it's a fair and equal community effort for the whales and the little guys, which is really cool. We have listened to the community, and we are committed to building a simple, inclusive, and transparent system for community governance. This proposal is based on the combination of Silvio Macaulay's original proposal and the governance discussions on the Algorand Governance Forum, the Algorand Governance Channel on Discord, and several other community debates in the coming month. In the coming months, the Foundation will provide further insight on Algorand's journey towards decentralization. This will be accompanied by community engagement activities throughout the year. We believe the time has come for a radical step in the important mission. We plan to yield to the community the decision-making power over the remaining ecosystem resources currently entrusted to the Foundation. These resources, spelled out in a table below, include the participation rewards, research and innovation funds, and grant program for a total of 3.2 billion algos. Now, you know that the max supply of algos is 10 billion. So they're going to be providing 3.2 billion algo to this proposal. Going forward, these algos are referred to as the Algorand Ecosystem Resource Pool, the AERP. This ambitious new governance system will be deployed in 2 phases. An inception period for the system will begin in quarter 4 of 2021, where some aspects will be implemented off-chain, By early 2022, we expect a complete system to be ready where all aspects will be on-chain and controlled by a smart contract. Blah, 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 blah. We really don't need to go into a lot of that. The governance proposal. The goal of this proposal is to entrust the future of Algorand ecosystems to participants who are committed to Algorand Network and its vision. To accomplish this, we invite all Algo holders to volunteer to become governors and vote on some of the most important decisions regarding ecosystem development. Governors serve for a quarter at a time, committing their algos and receiving rewards to compensate them for their time and their commitment to the role. All voting will be weighted by the governance stake of the participant. So in a nutshell, what that means is if you have 10 algo, or if you have 10 million algo, you then will be able to lock that Algorand up of your choosing. If you have 10 million, you only want to lock up 5 million to earn these rewards, or if you have 10,000, you only want to lock up like 80% of that. You have that opportunity, and you can unlock at the same time, and then you can apply those towards once you lock them up, you are designating yourself as a governor, and you are then able to vote on decisions that are being made. We'll read here in a moment, but another thing about being a governor and doing these votes, and if you can't participate as much as you can because you have a crazy work schedule or so on and so forth, you can designate your vote to go to the Algorand Foundation vote decision. So whatever the Algorand Foundation votes on, that's what your vote is going to be applied to. And your vote will be weighted on how much algo you lock up for that 90-day period. The foundation will set up votes but will not participate in the governor's program. Other algo holders may choose to disclose the number of algos they intend to commit to the program in advance publicly. The governance program will move decision making on utilization of the Algorand Ecosystem Resource Pool, the AERP, to the hands of the community. The following table, so the AERP, the following table details the resources that will be controlled by the governors and their current allocation. So the big thing here that we want to focus on as little guys, and I'm a 5,000 bag holder. I want to get to 10,000 before any of this happens. But the big thing that we want to look at is the participation rewards. Right now, the participation rewards are what we're getting in that pure proof of stake algo holding, and those are going to be effective a little bit longer, up until 2022. So we've got just about 2 billion algo supplied over here for the algo rewards. Locked during the trial phase will be 1.5 billion, and then ongoing ecosystem activities will be $500 million. Algorand Innovation Fund will be 400 million, with 300 million during the lock during the trial phase, and then ongoing ecosystem activity 100 million. The Algo grant program, where we can vote on grants for smart contracts and dApps and blah blah blah, 400 million, or where am I? 200 million, 150 million, and 50 million. Research and social good program, 200 million, 100 million, 100 million. Cognitive incentives, almost 500 million, 0 during the lockdown phase, and then ongoing will be 500 million for a grand total of 3.2 billion, 2 billion, and 1.2 billion. The AERP is made up of 5 separate funds, which we just showed there on the screen, focused on supporting different pillars of Algorand network and ecosystems development, with the long-term goal of building a robust, decentralized, broadly adopted, and utilized public blockchain network. These funds are scheduled to be diffused into circulation between now and 2030. So just like what we were doing before this governance protocol proposal, where all the algo would be released out there by 2030, they're still on track for that as well. This is outlined in detail in the long-term algo dynamics, which we're not going to go into today. These 5 funds are also described in detail in the long-term dynamics button summary. So essentially, in a nutshell, the participation rewards, a fund designed to support the incentives to the community. It has supported the diffusion and the holding of the Algo token during the early growth phase of Algorand Network. In 2022, the participation rewards will be phased out and replaced by the governor's rewards that are explained below. So I'm not going to read the other 4 here, because really someone like you and someone like me, the participation rewards is what has really attracted me to Algorand and what attracts you to Algorand, and it's that pure proof of stake platform or system that they currently have in place, where you just hold Algorand and you earn Algorand, you can compound that daily. So what's going to happen is when this transitions into this new governance protocol in the 4th quarter of 2021, for that 4th quarter of 2021, they're going to be still doing the participation rewards, and they're going to be doing the governance proposal that we're talking about today. So the 4th quarter of 2021 is going to be really crucial to get the most free algo that you possibly can. So it's really, really strong. And I'm not financially advising or anything like that, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm going to be doing is I want to accumulate as much Algorand as I possibly can before quarter 4 of 2021. So that way I can double dip into this. I can double dip with the participation rewards, and then I can also get the governance proposal plan that they're doing as well. And then at the start of 2022, the participation rewards will be gone. And that's further in detail on this list as well. Role of the governors, which is anyone that deems locking up any of their algo, whether it's 1, 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million, you're all a governor if you lock up your algo for 90 days. And you can unlock it, but you won't get any rewards if you do that. Governors will be responsible more and more for major economic and policy decisions. This will be done via periodic voting, whereby the foundation will then execute responsibly for the benefits of the overall ecosystem based on the governor's decisions. The foundation commits to keep the voting process as simple as possible. Easy interfaces will be provided. There will only be one voting session for every governance period, and governors will be allowed, if they so choose, to opt into accepting the foundation's position in every vote. So that's big there. So if you just want to set it and forget it, then you'll be able to set and freeze and lock up your Algorand to be considered a governor, and then you could designate that you want to opt in and accept the foundation's positions in every vote. So you can just set it and forget it there. The governor rewards, and we're going to show what we're looking like down at the bottom here in a moment as well. Governors will be rewarded for their efforts based on the participation stake in governance. The governance program will feature quarterly entry points, allowing participants to join the program and commit their algos for the entire period, which is 90 days. Not too bad. The governors will participate in the quarterly vote to decide on the allocation of the AERP and will receive rewards at the end of the period only if they gave a valid vote and maintain the committed numbers of algos in their governance wallets. This is a transformative step that is putting forward the mechanics and incentives that guarantee a form of governance that is simultaneously decentralized, secure, and efficient, like our consensus protocol. Long story short there, if you lock up your Algorand for the full 90 days, then you are going to be entitled to that reward of being a governor. If at any point you decide to sell your Algorand because all of a sudden it jumps up to $10 or $20 or $100 a token, then you will then forfeit your rewards, but there's no penalty, to my understanding, of jumping in as a governor and then jumping out because you need to cash out. Like, I get it. It's cryptocurrency. Sometimes there's hard times. Sometimes you want to cash out to take profit, so on and so forth. But if you unfreeze and unlock your Algorand during that 90-day period where you're a governor, you forfeit your rewards at the end of that quarter. From participation to governance rewards, and this is where I'm talking about the participation rewards that we're going to be getting until the end of 2021. July 14th, 2021, an important day in the history of the democracy as the anniversary of the French Revolution, is incidentally the last day for which the current participation rewards have been planned, with reward distribution of 21, almost 22 million algos in the last period, the highest value of the year until then. Thereafter, and until the end of 2021, the foundation will continue to distribute participation rewards at the same level. So as of right now, for that last quarter of 2021, they don't exactly have a set amount of algo that they budgeted for it, but they will honor that pure proof of stake and that participation platform that we have been in since we've gotten into Algo since day one. The governance program will start in October and will distribute additional rewards to governors. So that sentence right there is where we're talking about the double dipping. You're going to get the participation rewards, and then you're going to get the governance program rewards starting in October, which will start the final quarter of 2021. Participants in the governance program will therefore see their total reward grow significantly above the then fixed level of the participation rewards. In 2022, participation rewards will be phased out to be completely replaced by the governance rewards. Get all your algo now, because on October 1st, you're going to be double dipping. Like, that's what I'm doing. Again, not financial advice, nothing along those lines. You're going to be double dipping. And before any comments, I don't know how Coinbase will respond with their 6% APY or what they're going to have available to you for being a governor. I would just go ahead and download the Algo wallet, or if you have stuff in Exodus, I don't know if that carries over as well. I believe, to my understanding, that based on your Algo wallet or your Exodus wallet, I don't think Coinbase, and your Ledger wallet and stuff like that, you will be able to link that wallet onto the governance page, and they can run the blockchain and see that you have those tokens dedicated to being a governor, and you can leave it from there. Reward frequency. Rewards will be distributed at the end of each quarter to all governing wallets that participated in the votes and maintained their committed number of algos. Governors that miss a vote or fail to maintain their committed number of algos will lose their rewards for that quarter. Now, here's where I kind of am starting to lose a little bit of favorability for Algorand. Is the one thing that's very attractive right now is the fact that we can pretty much compound daily based on how much algo we hold and how often we transact. Obviously, with the Algorand optimizer, I'm transacting a free transaction every 3 days in 1 hour instead instead of if I send myself like 2 or 3 algo from another platform to refresh my rewards. But right now, this looks like we will then stop from being able to compound technically daily to only being able to compound quarterly. Maybe the rewards will outweigh what that daily is, but that's a little thing that kind of gets me a little bit. But Algorand's price is going to go monstrous, so I don't care. Leaving the program early, I've already touched base on that. I'm not going to read the whole paragraph here. Essentially, if you decide to leave the program early, you forfeit your rewards. There's no penalty. It says there could be additional penalties right now, but as of right now, they don't really have anything locked in. I mean, if it's a transaction fee, it's a transaction fee. But as of right now, if you decide not to keep your tokens locked up and be a governor for the full 90 days, you just don't get the rewards. So the governance reward rates, and this is where it looks really, really healthy, and I really like the look of this at the moment. The reward rate for the governors in a given period will be determined by the willing participants based on the total tokens being committed against the total reward pool for that period. For example, in 2022, approximately 300 million algo will be allocated for the governance rewards. That's approximately 75 million rewards per quarter. So for 2022, broken down into quarters, it's 90 days, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, whatever. They are dedicating 75 million to each governance period for a total of 300 million algo. Now, obviously, the more governors and the more votes and the more that are in there will affect the rate of Algorand. So the really cool benefit is that you can always imagine and think that there's only a set amount of algo that people have, that they're going to be a maximum of time, because like they're allocating 3.2 billion algo. So we would never see a number where there's going to be 8 billion governor votes, and so those numbers will go down. Even if there was 8 billion algo committed in governing accounts and votes, that would drop our APY from 7.7 to about 3.8, 3.9 or something along there, or not even 3.35, something like that. So that's pretty healthy. So obviously, the more votes that are in there, the smaller APY. And you can look at the formula here. So in the first quarter, if there's 4 billion votes, 75 million algo will then be divided by 4 billion, which would give us a 1.875% for every algo committed for the quarter. So to my understanding, if that's 1.87 or 1.875% for every algo, and you could be looking at an annualized return of 7.7%. If there's 2 billion votes, you're looking at an annual return of 15.9%. If there's only 1 billion votes and people committed in the governing accounts for the quarter, 33.5% APY. So let's just look at the best scenario we possibly could and imagine that right now we have 5,400 Algorand. And if we look at that at a rate of, that's our return annually. So if there's only 1 billion algo for the 4 voting periods of 2022, we could be looking at 1.8 thousand Algorand returned annually as a reward. That's fantastic. I don't know how much Algorand is going to be dedicated to the governance reward starting in October of 2021, but in 2022, that's still very promising. Those are still very big numbers, because as of right now, if I had that, that's only 300, right now with the participation rewards and compounding and staking daily, blah, 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 my 5,400 with a 7% APY would only get us about 378 versus that 1,800, which is outstanding. So that kind of gives me hope to overcome my hesitation with the lack of ability to compound daily. So we have that number there. Governors will be called regularly to vote on a growing list of tasks, including distributions of grants, ecosystems, partnerships, and related fund transfers, node runner and governance incentives, and more. New tasks to be voted on will be announced by the foundation well in advance of each vote. To participate in the governance system, a would-be governor needs to, very simple, register an Algorand address that he or she intends to use for the governing for the current period of 3 months and commit to holding a certain algo balance in that account through the period. This can be an existing address that his participant already has, or a new address that you establish specifically for this. So right now I've got the Algorand wallet, official wallet on my phone. All I need to do is register that wallet address, just like I register the wallet address over here on the optimizer and put that in here. I can then register that wallet address for the governing protocol, and then I can get the rewards. Or I can then create another algo address, move my algo that I want to lock up there, like if I didn't want to put my 100% balance, because I'm putting my 100%, like I'm all honesty and transparency, I'm putting my 100%. Like I want the biggest piece of this pie I possibly can. So I'm putting 100% of my Algorand into being a governor, into these votes, so I can accumulate even more. Participate in the vote the foundation calls in that period, and then the weight of the governor's vote will equal the algo stake that was committed at the beginning of the period. One algo equal one vote. So as of right now, I would have 5,431 votes, which is solid. Governors who maintain their committed algo balance throughout the period and participate in all the votes will be able to claim the governance rewards at the end of the period. The foundation, working with our partners, will strive to provide tools that make these tasks as easy as possible. At inception, portions of the governance system will be implemented via an off-chain mechanism. After that, the entire system will be implemented on-chain. So, very exciting times. I'm very interested to see. I'm not going to go over the conclusion just because this is their conclusion. Like I said, my conclusion is, at first I'm a little turned off that I can't compound daily. But looking at these reward rates here, even this 15.9%, even looking at that, wrong button. Even looking at that, that's 850 algo versus that 300 algo that I'm getting for that 7%. Even in the worst case scenario where it is 4 billion algo that are dedicated to it, and obviously by the time this comes out, I'm going to have way more than 5,400. I'd like to have 10K. Even at that 7.7%, I'm obviously getting more than a 7% APY. So in conclusion, for me, I think this is a good positive step in the direction. I think there's enough rewards for me to overcome my losing ability to daily compound. Just be really, really interested to see what Coinbase does with this as well, because I know a lot of people hold on Coinbase and it's very attractive to hold there. Maybe holding on Coinbase will not change as much because Coinbase will then allocate their algo holdings on there and your algo holdings, but then you would forfeit any rewards if you take, obviously, those Algorand tokens off of Coinbase into the governance protocol as well. And we could be looking at something where they're going to leave Algo at the 6% APY, but then getting numbers, I'm putting on my screen here, then getting numbers like 33.5% APY. So we're really, if you leave it on Coinbase and decide not to do a little bit of the legwork and be a governor, you're missing out on a potential 27% APY. So it's really some things to consider. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, I will leave the link to this in the description of the video. I've gone through this document about 3 or 4 times in the past week in preparation to do this video and to really educate myself to be able to answer your questions. So leave a comment below, reach out to me on Twitter or Discord. Like I said, QR code above my head or wallet address in the description of this video. If you have any questions and you want to send your question as a comment in one of the tips, by all means, please do that. I'll read it on screen and answer you as well. But at the end of the day, I'm a huge supporter of Algorand. I really love this platform. I really love this token. I have high hopes for this token. It's going to let us retire one day, and I hope you guys are as ecstatic about that as well. I'm not predicting the price in this video, although I would love to see a $65 algo, and that's kind of the number that I've locked my head on now. But that's just me. So any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out. Tip, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, all that good stuff. I'm Oprius, and we'll see you guys next time.